to speak up, and we're giving him the opportunity to speak up on this issue, to advocate on our behalf, to negotiate on our behalf, because the impact that this is going to have, just not on churches, but the community at large, for many, is going to be do or die. We're asking the mayor to champion the cause.
Well, let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you ask the mayor to champion your cause when the mayor is the CEO of the city with all the power to have changed this and turned this thing around in the first place? I mean, he has folk on the Water Commission. He's got Freeman Hendricks and who else?
Gary Brown.
Gary Brown, are those the only two?
Those are the only two. Detroit gets two, and those are the two.
Well, I don't know why you would ask, not just Mike Duggan, but any mayor who had the power in the first place to say yay or nay to how the churches and the nonprofits were going to be treated. Why would he now backpedal and be the advocate for the churches?
Well, we're asking to be the advocate for the whole community, because this impacts all of Detroit. This is common to all, and the agreement allows for renegotiation, and this can be looked at and renegotiate where it benefits all in the city of Detroit. And he has the two votes on the Great Lakes Water Authority, and they can demand a relook the way it's structured, because we own it. That's why Detroit has two votes. It has a voice, it has power, and this can be renegotiated, but it has to be initiated and led and championed by the mayor.
So, Matilda, what do you think, girls, going to happen here?
I just really think the mayor needs to take a stand, and he needs to deal with what's happening with the water department. We will lose the whole thing if he's elected mayor again without him making a statement.
Pretty interesting. Thank you so very much. Pierre, go ahead, please.
Hey, on that water topic, I just wanted to say the media announced yesterday that they had a board advisory for Hamtramck, Highland Park, and Detroit. Why did they pick those three cities? Well, the water has been messed up since December. I noticed all of a sudden they announced it yesterday, because when you turn your water on, it's grayish, just like the water up in Flint. And they showed it last night on the news, the water place over there, wherever it's located at. But I'm thinking they trying to do a Flint thing down here, because over here where I'm at, our water is messed up too. We don't even drink the water. And one other quote for the pastor. I don't want you to take this personal, but I think we need a little more, should I say, radicalism in you. You can't, Malcolm X made a phrase. He said, I don't know if I'm quoting him right, but he said something like, when they had him on TV, he said, well, that's like the fox sleeping or asking the wolf or something like that. And that's what you're doing with Duggan. You can't ask the enemy. He's the one got the stuff going on. And you pastors, come on, if you need my backbone, I'll give you my backbone. Y'all have to stand up. But one other point. Let's say Duggan don't go along with your plan. Are you going to vote for him? Because Coleman A. Young, he will stop all of that. That's my comment for today.
Well, what we're taking step one. Step one is to negotiate. If we see that the negotiation is not going to work and the mayor is not willing to be our champion and to do what we're asking, then of course, then that means the mayor becomes our adversary, and then we have a plan for that too. But right now, he hasn't said that he's not going to champion the cause, that he's not going to look at renegotiating, that he's not going to try to straighten this out. And if we see that he's not going to do that, there's always a nuclear option, but you don't start negotiating with the nuclear option.
There are a lot of political rumors out there. And you know how rumors are, they're just that.
Oh, yeah.
And one is that the administration may be positioning itself to stretch this thing out past the election. Are you all willing to go along with that?
No. Not at all.
Okay. It's very troublesome, and I think that all decent people would feel this way, that the church would have to sacrifice at the level that many churches are going to have to sacrifice, especially at a time in America where church attendance is down.
That's right.
I've read something like 40%. I don't know if that's accurate, if that's an old stat or a new stat. But even if, the truth of the matter is, even if attendance was not down, based upon the mission of the church and what the church does for communities all over this city, it as I said, it may be unintentional, but it's an assault just the same.
It is. And that's the way we're taking it. That's why over 200 of us have come together, and that number is going to double to 400, and it's going to keep growing because, as one pastor said, this is a hornet's nest. And the city has knocked down the hornet's nest, and we're starting to come out the nest. We're starting to organize. We're putting aside our theological differences and what have you, and we understand this is do or die, and just our first task is to sit down and negotiate with us, but we're going to keep stinging until we get resolution.
Sir, is there anything else you want to leave with the listeners?